Good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Mark Love, and today I'm going to be walking around a used coach. This is a 2023 Newmar Superstar. It's the 3727 floor plan, which is the shortest of the Super C models. And I really like driving this one because it gives you a little bit more maneuverability, easier to get in and out of tight spots, and it's a perfect coach for maybe a couple or people that don't travel with a lot of extra company or kids. Let's go ahead and start on the outside. Now, the Superstars are built on the M2 106 Freightliner chassis, and it has the 360. It's an 8.9 liter Cummins engine. Now, Cummins actually makes two 360 horse engines. This is the 8.9, which gives you 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. The other one is a 6.7 liter engine, and you only get about 850 foot-pounds of torque. So with this bigger engine, you get a 20,000 pound tow capacity, and that's what makes this such a nice coach. Now, one thing about the Super Cs, if you're the type of person that likes to work on the coach yourself, it makes it easy to do. When I've got the tire turn like this, you notice how I can step right in here without even getting my pants dirty, by the way. You can access everything you need to. Air filter, the filter, oil filter, your coolant, your windshield wiper fluid, all right here. On the other side, you can see we've got our power steering fluid, our fuel filter or water separator is right here. We have a fuse box right here, easy to get to. Dipsticks for your engine oil and your transmission. Again, very easy to get to. When you're doing your pre-check, it's nice to be able to go through and do that. And while I've got the hood up, I want to show you another little feature that Freightliner does. This bumper, you see how they've got it bolted here. It's actually in three pieces, and this is made to kind of break away in a front end collision. And you notice there's a flange here. If this would get folded into the tire, it wouldn't necessarily shred the tire. It kind of protects it. But then you're only replacing this part. You're not doing the whole front bumper. So it's kind of a really unique design. And I mentioned this is a used coach. The previous owner put these light bars on, and they line up exactly with the outside of the coach. So got a little light on top. If you're pulling into a tight spot, you'll know if your coach fits with something like this. Another thing that Freightliner does, they give you see the antenna up there, it's a CB antenna. Now there's no CB, but that can be added. But these mirrors are very heavy duty. They can hold over 200 pounds, and they are made to break away. If you were to hit something, you can see how easy it is, or maybe you've got a tight garage and you want to tuck these inside. Just a great mirror here. So, and then the other thing I like is they've got a kind of a soft close feature here. If you're working on the coach and the wind comes up and blows it over, you notice it doesn't just slam down. You've kind of got to help it down. It's got struts on there to prevent it from slamming down very hard. Okay, let's walk around the outside. For starters, we have dual fuel tanks, two 50-gallon fuel tanks, and they're lockable, so nobody can get in and steal your gas. Also, your DEF fill is right there. And while we're here, I wanted to show a couple of features about the cab and the seat. First of all, I like the grab handle they've got. It makes it easier for somebody who's maybe not very tall to climb up in here without having to struggle too much. So that's a nice feature. And then also, these are air ride seats. So you can see right here, I can air my seat up and down. We also have some pneumatic lumbar supports right here. These are heated seats. Just very comfortable to drive. Also, your master shutoff for your chassis batteries is right here. So once you put the coach away, it's easy to just turn that off so you're not draining your batteries. As we walk down the driver's side here, you can see we've got a camera on each side. We've got one on the front of the coach, one on the back. This actually has the 360 camera we'll show when we get inside. And another thing I like to point out is Newmar has true flush slides. You notice this fascia doesn't overhang the sidewall. It tucks inside it, and they've got a very nice heavy bulb seal. So when you're going down the road, you don't have that wind noise blowing in around the slide outs. They found out that road noise and wind noise can be just as loud as the engine. So Newmar does a great job to insulate the outside noise from the cab. Okay, here in this first compartment, we have 8 6-volt AGM batteries. These are like the golf cart style batteries. When you see all 8 of them, that tells me it's an all-electric with induction cook surface, and also it has a residential refrigerator, so there's no propane on this coach. And another thing Newmar did in 2023, with their compartment doors, they changed the seal a little bit so they're easier to close. Now this is our 8,000 watt generator. I'll step back just a bit because we do have it running. It's a hot day, and I've got both air conditioners going inside. So we have 2 15,000 BTU Penguin ACs with heat pumps on them. And I can run both of them. I can run my microwave. I can run everything off this diesel 8K generator, and it really isn't that loud. When you're inside, you're not going to hear it much at all. And they do put it up in the front of the coach, so if you're running it at night, it's not right under you when you're in the bed. Okay, here we've got our 50-foot, 50-amp power cord, and this is on a power rewind, so it's manual out, but it's on a power rewind going back in, which is really nice in cold weather because they get stiff. You can wrestle around with them. I've hit myself in the head more than once with this end, and kind of hurts, I tell you. You also see we've got our 2800 watt inverter right there, and then we do have other inputs for cable right here. Kind of hard to see, but you might have a portable satellite system. By the way, this coach up on the roof does have an in-motion satellite, and it also has 4 solar panels, and I'll show you where the controller for that is inside. This compartment houses our hydraulic system. Now we've got hydraulic levelers, and the front step, the 3-step entry, is actually hydraulic. You can see that's on a pull-out slide if you need to check the oil or do any work on it. You know, have a little extra room over there on the side for storage. Here we've got our water compartment. This is one of the things Newmar does a great job with. Everything is labeled real well. It's kind of etched in here so it's not going to scratch off. Electric dump valves, which are up in an enclosed heated area. You have a whole house filter right here. Autofill or manual fill. You know, if you're out camping and you run out of water, and you do have 150 gallons of water, you can manually fill it. You'd want to flip that switch. If you're hooked up to a hose, you can just autofill the tank the way it's set up right now. Low point drains over here, outside shower, winterization bypass kit, so it's very easy to winterize this when it comes time. And the water line also is all power rewind, just like your power cord. And again, these used to be, you had to put your hand right where the latch is and slam it real hard. When they changed that and put this heavier seal in there, they close nice and easy. Okay, here we've got just a little storage area for gloves or oil or maybe a sewer hose or something like that. Some of your outside marker lights. Now this coach does have the option. There are 5 exterior security lights, marker lights, whatever you want to call them, around the coach, and that's one of them right there. Nice chrome wheels, dual wheels here with you can lock your wheels together, lock your hubs. Over here we've got our Oasis Chinook. Now this is the hydronic heating system. It provides your continuous hot water, the coach heat. And the nice thing about the Chinook, number one, it's a little bit cleaner burning than some of the other hydronic heaters. It has 2 electric elements and 1 diesel element. So once your coach is warm and you're getting down there in the 40s, let's say, you may be able to keep up just with the electric elements. And on a really cold day, I'm going to jump in, turn on both electric elements, turn on my diesel element. It heats it up much quicker. And you can see that you do have some storage here, and it's kind of a unique back end compared to most Super Cs in that you do get some pass-through storage, sort of. You can see up above and below your chassis rails. That goes all the way through. Over here we do have a 30 amp outlet. If you've got a stacker trailer, you can run a cord to provide power for your stacker trailer. Okay, we move around back. This is our 20,000 pound hitch, and we have to step down to get the 2-inch receiver for your standard blue ox or towing a standard trailer. But this is rated for 20,000 pounds. And let me open this hatch while I'm right here. Again, this kind of shows the difference of the storage you get in these Newmar Super Cs. Items like tables or camp chairs, things like that maybe are a little bigger, can go down here. They give you a couple of racks for tools. Maybe you're carrying extra def or oil or coolant, things like that you don't want to put inside one of your main compartments. You've got room for them right here. Just kind of a unique setup, the way they allow more of a pass-through type storage. And then again, you can see we've got 2 cameras, one right here and then one all the way up, so you can scroll through the different views. When you're traveling, you can have the 360 view, you can have the wide angle view, just a nice camera setup. And also your setup with the hookup here, if you've got, say, a camera back in your horse trailer that you want to keep an eye on, or something on the back of your stacker trailer, you can toggle back and forth between these cameras and the ones you have on your trailer. You also get the standard 7-way plug right there. Okay, as we come down the passenger side, first of all, get a shot of these awnings. We've got a pair of the Girard Nova awnings, and these are the really nice ones that come out 9 or 10 feet. They articulate in the middle, so water runs off them real easy, and they cover almost the whole length of the coach. So just a great option there. Again, here you can see some more of our storage. That one, if you've got fishing poles or, a ladder or something, you might be able to put in there. This compartment has a pull-out tray. Now, it's not a full pass-through because our Oasis was behind it, but still, you've got a lot of storage room here. We also have a vacuum system, so you can hook up inside or you can hook up outside and clean out these compartments right here. Also, most of these compartments are going to have a 110 outlet. Those are your controllers for your awning. If anything's wrong with it, it's not working right, a lot of times all you need to do is unplug it, wait 10 or 20 seconds, plug it back in, just like resetting a computer. It takes care of the problem most of the time. This is our bedroom slide. I left out because it's tall enough that I can get into it, where to show these other compartments, it's kind of difficult with the slides out. Here we've got our TV. Now that's a 43-inch smart TV with the Bose soundbar, and you can actually Bluetooth in your phone or any music that you've got into that soundbar. That will pull out and articulate, so it gives you a different angle. Right, here's another storage compartment. You notice when we open the door, we've got an LED light that comes on in there. Up front here, got 2 more storage compartments. And they're nice lined, carpet or felt lined. In this one, we actually have a button here, which I don't know if you can hear that, but it's an auxiliary air compressor. Maybe you want to air up your seats, or for some reason need air when your engine's not running. You've got an auxiliary compressor right there. This happens to be a flag bracket flag holder. You put it in right there, then you can fly your colors during game day. Another thing that I'll point out, this puddle here kind of reminds me. I've got an internal gutter system. Now we're running our air conditioners, so there's a lot of condensation on the hot days, and it doesn't run down to the end of the coach and drip down the side. They run that internally, so if it's raining, if you're getting condensation from your air compressor, it goes down in all four corners, which helps prevent that black streak that you'll see on a lot of coaches where the gutter is an external system. So another nice feature about the Newmar. And again, we can fill our fuel on both sides. In fact, it's the preferred way to do it. They are connected together, but if you try to fill it from one side only, it's kind of a slow process. So generally you would fill them from both sides. And I'll talk about a little bit more when we get inside, but you notice this right here, the cab looks to be a little bit separated from the coach, and it actually is. They have an air ride cab. There's a baffle system inside. It makes for a more comfortable ride, along with your air ride seats. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. As I mentioned, we have a 3-step hydraulic front entry, which is kind of nice because you've got, a lower step. These sit a little bit higher, and with a 2-step entry, you might be, when you're getting a little bit older, hard to get in there. Why don't you go ahead and step in? And I wanted to leave the front slides open to show you what it's like when you travel, how you can get through. So you can see it narrows down a bit here, but it's not that difficult to squeeze your way through up to the cab. If you're the passenger and you want to come back and make a sandwich or something, you don't have to, contort yourself to climb through. You can get into the kitchen area here very easily, access your refrigerator. And this also is your bathroom, and it kind of demonstrates one of the unique features about this hinge that Newmar uses and why they do that. I can open this bathroom door all the way with my slide in, where if it's hinged like a traditional door, you wouldn't be able to open it up all the way. You've got carpet down here you're going to run into. It just would make it awkward if you're a large person trying to get into the bathroom. So you can see how easy it is, and we'll look at that more once I open up the slides. And of course our bed is out, but when the slide's in, it would be touching the cabinet over here. But you can see how I can pass through quite easily all the way into the bedroom, even when you're traveling. So let me go ahead and point out a few things right here and then open the slides up. First of all, one of the really nice features that's kind of unique is a step cover right here. So if you've got pets or, maybe young children or, maybe older children that are clumsy, you don't want them to fall down into the step well, this is really a nice feature. Then let's go over our controls up here. You can see this is our battery disconnect. We've got our entry lock, compartment door lock, step cover. We do have an electric block heater there, patio lights outside. This is our solar charger right here, and like I said, we've got the 4 sun-free solar panels on the roof. It is equipped with a in-motion satellite. That's your wine guard right there. This is your inverter charger system. We've got the generator on, so it's charging. If I didn't have the generator running and we weren't plugged in, I might want to turn on my inverter, particularly if I'm going to open or close my awnings. These are 110 awnings, so you do need either your inverter on, your generator, or plugged in to get those open. Master reset switch for your HWH slide. If you're having troubles with it, hold that for 5 seconds and it will reset it. Up here we've got our just monitor panels. You can scroll through. Tells you what's on, what kind of power you're using. This is our auto levelers, and it's fully auto. You just hit the, you manually dump your rear airbags and then level it with one push of a button. These are our outside security lights, and I told you it's got the extra outside security light option. exterior step, which I had shut off so it doesn't go in and out every time, slide out controls, and then this is our Oasis hydronic heating. You can see up in our AC, and this doesn't mean air conditioner, this is our AC power. We've got two elements. I can turn on one, I can turn them both on, and this is our diesel. So it's, you do have options, you know, when you're turning your heat on. Nice little feature. By the way, this was a used one, built for Pam and Leo. So if your name's Pam and Leo, we'll give you an extra $500 off on this one. While I'm here, I'm going to put that step cover back or I'll forget it. Okay, let's go ahead and run out these slides now. And one nice thing about the Newmars, oops. There we go. You can run both slides out at the same time. A lot of companies you can only do one at a time, but with the Newmars you can hit them both. And with these opposing slides, you see how much it really opens it up. And one thing, this flooring here is another option. This is actually from a King Air, and that's one of the things that Newmar will do on certain floor plans. They allow you to kind of mix and match your flooring and other things. So it's got the nice King Air tile. Okay, let's take a look at the floor plan. Starting right here, we have our dinette booth, and this one has a big extension that comes out. There's actually two leaves that go there. They call this the Euro booth, and you actually have a little support leg that drops down and a couple of folding chairs under the bed. So if you do have it all the way out, it gives you some extra support, and that's easy. It's just a magnet holding that on to run it in and out. We also have our televator right there. I'll go ahead and run that up for you. So your main TV is a 50-inch smart TV. Well, that's running up. I'll show you, we've got some storage underneath both sides of the dinette booth. And this dinette booth does not convert to a sleeper. A lot of people ask me that. If you don't see that angled piece here, it's not a convertible dinette that'll make a sleeper for kids. You could get a couch chair with a hide-a-bed, but this has got the theater seating here. So you really don't have an extra sleeper in this coach. That's why I kind of said it's a great coach for two people, but these are very comfortable. I'm sure I could, you know, figure out a way to sleep or at least take a nap in these. They are electric, so you do need 110 to run those in and out. You've got a nice little area down here for storing, you know, blankets, games, TV remotes, things like that. A couple of cup holders there. You've got your buttons for your lights and everything right behind you. Let's look at the storage over here at the dinette. Now, two of these are just open compartments. This one has some of our owner manuals in there. And then this middle one is typically a video component cabinet. Like I say, you do have the in-motion satellite, but there's no dish or direct TV box right now. A lot of people seem to be using streaming services or, you know, the Disney box or something like that anymore. Over on this side, we actually have a very large storage area that's open, and I like that because it's easier to get longer items in there. One thing about these cabinets, they're all solid wood, and if you reach behind the stile, a lot of times you can feel if there's a wrap. They'll use a poplar or maybe a pine and use a vinyl wrap on the stile on the cabinets. These are all solid wood, and that's one of the places you can check it. Newmar really does a great job. This is all done in-house with their cabinetry and so forth. On your windows, it is nice that these open, give you some air when it's raining. You can leave it open, but you also have your manual day shade and your night shade on all of these windows. And on the side windows too, you notice they are functional. You can open them up, turn your fantastic fans on, get a nice breeze coming through there. You do have controls, these panels here. Typically, this is going to be just for this area, so if I want my seating lighting, it's right here. That's my TV control. We do have some reading lights and so forth. So there is a master control in the middle. I'll show you in a minute, but when you're sitting here, sitting over here at the dinette, you can see that, you know, it controls the lights that are right here in this area, and you do have a dimmer there with that. Okay, let's move back to the kitchen. Now the 3727, it's only just about 38 feet long, so it's not an extremely long coach. You don't get a big, huge kitchen, and you don't get the big, huge bathroom with 2 sinks. But like I say, it's more than sufficient for 2 people. You do get a nice little countertop extension right here. Then underneath, you've got some storage. Also, you can see there's a 110 outlet, place for your trash can. Little place for, you know, scrubbies or dish soap, things like that. We do have a dual undermount sink here. Stainless steel undermount makes it easy to brush things down in there with a residential style spray faucet. Solid surface countertops throughout. Over here at our cook surface, we do get a couple of cutting boards there. And this is a true induction cook surface. Let me get a light on here. If I can find it. There we go. True induction cook surface, which can be lifted out and unplugged and taken outside under the awning if you're cooking fish or something and you don't want the odors. So that's kind of a nice feature. And with true induction, any metallic pan will work. Anything a magnet will stick to, including your cast iron. And it's kind of interesting because the way it agitates the molecules in the pan, it heats the pan without heating the surface here. I've seen demonstrations where you can put a newspaper over here, put your pan on it, cook your bacon, let it splatter all over. When it's done, take the pan off, fold up that paper and throw it away. It doesn't burn or heat up the paper, which I don't really understand how, but it works that way. Okay, overhead, we got a few more storage areas. We have a convection microwave. And then all these drawers here are full pull-out drawers with the soft close feature, some of your remotes right there. There is an option to get a dishwasher here, but these folks decided they wanted the storage more than the dishwasher. And that's a nice big silverware compartment. We have a residential 19.7 cubic feet refrigerator, and this is an electric refrigerator and freezer. You do have an ice maker in there. Again, with those 8 AGM batteries, it really isn't a big draw. The residential refrigerators have become very efficient. Okay, over on this wall, we do have our main, this is a 10.1 inch panel, home screen. I can go to my HVAC. You can see I've got the both the bedroom and the living room cooling down. This is a nice feature, your auto gen start, AGS they call it. You can set this with a couple different parameters. Maybe when the batteries get down to 12.1, 12.2 volts, you want it to kick on and charge up those batteries for an hour. Or you could set it by temperature. If you go on a hike and leave some pets in here, when it hits 75, if you want that to kick on and run your air conditioner, you can set it that way. Also, you can pair in, there is an app, it's called Connected Solutions. You can get it on your phone. Once you pair that device to this coach, you can pretty much run everything that you see here on your home screen, you know, your temperature, your gen start, your lights and so forth. Everything that you can do right here, you can do on your phone. Then you also have a master light switch there. This is one of our fantastic fan controls. We have one in the bedroom, or a bathroom, one in the kitchen. Those are your power vent fans. And again, some more kitchen overhead light, ceiling lights. You do have a water pump switch right here. They control the lights that are right in this area. And let me see, I always forget, but this, we've got a vacuum. Oh, it's back here. This is our central vac. You've got some control or some accessories under the bed. You can plug the hose in there, or you can sweep right up and scoop it in there and it sucks it into your vacuum. Nice little feature. All right, let's take a look at the bathroom. First I'll point out this, where your breakers are. So your 110 breakers are all right there. Everything's labeled. 12-volt fuses here. There is on the cabinet door, I know you can't see it, but it labels everything. You've got some spare fuses right there, and you still get a little bit of room for storage. And then I just want to open some of these up, get out of the way, and let Jody get in here and take a look around. Well, they're probably not going to stay open. So you can see there's ample room in your medicine cabinet for, you know, your washcloth, towels, toilet paper, toiletries, stuff like that. And then over here in the shower, and as I'd mentioned a little bit ago, you know, at 37 feet or 38 feet almost overall, you don't get the largest bathroom, but it's certainly ample. This shower could fit somebody 6'2" with the skylight. I'm about 5'8". There's plenty of room right here. I do have a nice teak seat, my shampoo dispenser. And this is our water miser, which is a nice feature to help save your fresh water and stop you from filling up your gray tank too fast. What it does, you've got a lot of water in your lines. When you turn that on, even though it's instant hot water, you don't want to waste everything that's in your lines. It's cold. So while it's heating up, it's recirculating back into the holding tank. Once this turns red, you flip the switch the other way, and then you take your shower. At that point, the water is going down in your gray tank. So with 150 gallons of fresh water, you have 60 gallons of gray, 40 gallons of black. You're not wasting water while you're waiting for it to heat up, and you're not filling your gray tank at the same time. So the water miser is a really nice feature. And then you do have a couple of different shower heads. The main one here, you've got a handheld one, which is adjustable. Nice surround on it. And like I say, it's ample for somebody that's, you know, 6'2", 6'3", to get in here and take a shower. Oops. Okay, moving back beside the refrigerator here, we've got our pantry, and we've got 6 pull-out drawers, and you kind of got to push on those to release them, but they come out a long way. So nice pantry area. Then we move back into the bedroom. So before we move back, I will show you there is a pocket door here that'll close all the way, give you a little more privacy. King bed, and it is a full 80-inch mattress. I don't think it's 72 wide. I think it's more like 68, but they call this a king bed. You have pedestals on both sides of the bed, little storage down below, and you can see you've got 110 and USB hookups right there on both sides of the bed. Also underneath here, you can see our 2 folding chairs that match the fabric. We have our 2 leafs. These are our vacuum accessories. A little bit of storage there also if you want to put some items, longer things in there. You have the same setup on this side as far as your USB and 110 outlets. Overhead, we've got another one of those open cabinets that goes all the way through. There is a 110 outlet. If you've got a sleep machine, you've got a pedestal here that you can put it on, but you could also put it up here. You've got an access port on both sides of the bed. And then up underneath here, you do have some more control switches for your lights, for your reading lights, for your outside security lights. And there's even a master shutoff. If you get into bed and you forget to turn the living room lights off, you can hit that master shutoff and turn them all off from bed. Notice that we do have functioning windows again. So if you want to get a little bit of airflow in here, you can open both sides. And once again, we've got the manual day-night MCD shades right there. Okay, over here, let me just pull these out and get out of the way. We've got 5 more little storage drawers down here underneath your wardrobe area. And again, all soft close. And then this is your main wardrobe. You do have a safe there. Nice light. On this side, this access panel actually is the plumbing for your washer. Hookups for your washer dryer right there. And then overhead, we've got a little bit more storage area for you. And then here, we've got our Splendide stackable washer and dryer. If you, now this is an option, it's not a standard. If you didn't get this option, this would just be more wardrobe storage, or you could have shelves in here. And across from the foot of the bed, we've got our dresser area. First of all, we do get another 43-inch TV and a video compartment right here. This is another one of those longer open compartments. Emergency exit right there. And then underneath we have 6 very deep drawers. So there's a lot of storage in those. There we go. And then again, you've got your slide out switch right here, and then your lights. You've got accent lights, dresser lights, and so forth. Things for this room are controlled by this panel. Okay, let's go back up and take a look at the cab now. A couple of things I did want to point out. Boy, the air conditioner sure feels good, and I don't think you can hear a lot of noise from the generator and the AC running. Okay, again, we're on an M2 106 chassis. As I pointed out, you've got air ride seats. Here's the controls on this side if you want to, air it up a little bit or let the air down. You do have pneumatic lumbar support. I'm going to drop my seat a little bit here. Adjustable wheel that has tilt and telescope with it. You can see, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. You can see our camera system. That's that 360 camera right there. And generally, as you're going down the road or towing something, you've got one of them on your backup camera. But you can toggle through your different views right here. Check both sides, front and back. Your 360, and like I say, that's probably the most common view right there. Also over here, we've got our dump. Now, we are on an air ride cab here, so you can air this up or you can dump it. We have our shade, and let me put that up. Overhead, we've got a skylight. I forgot to mention that. Right there's a control for your shade, so if you've got a real starry night, you want to, sit there and look at the stars, you can put that up, or if it's extremely hot and sunny and you want to close it, you do it right there. This is our differential lock right here. Light test. That's a nice feature when you're getting ready for your pre-check. You run that. It's going to go through and check all of your lights, let you know if you've got an issue with something. So we can force our regen here. House battery and chassis battery boost right there. Jen started, it's going through that light test, by the way. Docking lights on the outside, our cab ceiling lights, a couple of USB ports and a 12 volt right there. Over on this side, we've got our windows. We also have our compartment door locks. Mirror heat is right there. We do have a 3-speed engine brake, so you would turn it on right there, and then you've got low, medium, and high for when you're coming downhill. Oh, I don't need to listen to that anymore. 6-speed Alison transmission right here. Over on the left side, we've got our cruise control that we set right here. Accelerate, decelerate, so forth. Increase, decrease your speed. Again, a pretty common dash, nothing too fancy about it. This is going to turn on that or override that suspension that was talking about. And another thing I didn't point out, but if you look from the cab to the house, flush floor. It doesn't step down. And this right here is that kind of that baffle system. So with the air ride cab, you could actually stand with one foot in the cab, one in the house, and feel it move separately. It does give you a more comfortable ride. And again, that's one of the unique things to the Newmar Super Cs. And then up here, I'll just point out a little bit. We've got some storage compartments here. You do have some numbers here for Newmar and for Freightliner if you need some help. A little more storage here. Another feature this coach has is your universal toll mode. Once you link a credit card to that, any toll road in the country you go down, it just automatically senses that. You'll get your bill, but you don't have to do anything when you're traveling on the toll roads. And then again, over here, another storage compartment. Up here, we've got some of our shades for the front window and the side windows for the passenger and driver side. So once again, this is a 2023 Newmar Superstar. It's the 3727 floor plan. My name's Mark Love. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I think they're showing my contact info at the bottom. Call or text at 970-631-0083 or email me at mlove@transwest.com. So like always, friends, happy trails, drive safe out there. We will see you next week.